Finally had a break in the weather. It has been snowy and rainy and cold, miserable here for the past few weeks, but the snow has all melted, and so I can finally get out in the garden and do a little bit of a couple winter garden projects.
I'm sure you can relate to that wintertime feeling of ick when you wake up in darkness, go to work in darkness, and leave to come home and it's already getting dark again. I feel so tired and unmotivated to do even the most basic things, like cooking dinner and cleaning up to get to the next day. Today I'm sharing some moments of wintertime fun and joy in the garden that I hope will inspire you to get outside, even for a short, simple project.
Some projects that I know I definitely want to tackle during my time today that I haven't had a chance to do yet is to start working on the tree stump and the the little baby trees that have grown up around the large tree stump. I really want to tackle those while it's still winter time before they have a chance to put on new growth in the spring, because this is going to be our main garden area, and so I don't really want any tall plants that can throw shade that are going to disrupt our garden space.
The reason I'm interested in taking down the tree stump and the smaller trees that have grown up around it is that I want to create a space for me to put in a raised bed fruit and vegetable garden. Especially in these cold winter days, I'm dreaming of coming into the house with baskets full of fresh tomatoes for me to can into homemade tomato sauce. Ever since I moved into this house at the end of last year, I've been dreaming of transforming my backyard with beautiful garden beds full of fruits and veggies and flowers. And I actually have a video up on the channel all about my garden dreams that I can link for you in the cards if you haven't seen it yet. Also, if you've not yet seen that video, that probably means you haven't subscribed yet, so go ahead and click that subscribe button, stay a while, take your coat off, take your shoes off, let's get cozy. Getting outside during the work week is what's hardest for me. I might have an hour or two on the weekend to tackle a bigger project like the trees in the yard, but after work, I usually have a few minutes to spare before I have to get into the nighttime routine. But even if I only have 15 or 20 minutes to get outside after getting home from work, I know that it's still worth it for me and my little one to spend time outdoors whenever the weather allows. Studies have shown that spending time outside can boost your mood, improve your sleep, improve your mental energy, and your overall emotional well-being. I can link an article below that has more information on the many ways that being outside can improve our health. Today we're putting up a bird feeder on our kitchen window so that we can watch the birds while we sit at our kitchen table for dinner.
Okay, can you put some peanut butter on your pinecone?
We had so much fun watching the birds in our window that we decided to make pinecone bird feeders to put in the yard. This was the perfect inside activity to help us warm up after we did a colder morning activity with a hike at our local park. We were able to warm up eating lunch and making our bird feeders, then get outside for a last bit of sunshine at the end of the day to hang them up in the yard. If you want to replicate this activity with your family or friends, it's super easy to do. Tie a string around your pine cone so that you can easily hang it, then cover it with peanut butter. The unsweetened version is recommended by people who know way more about birds than I do, or you could use Crisco. Once your pine cones are covered, put them into a tub or container and pour birdseed over them. I usually also roll them in the seeds and smush them into all of the crevices. Hang them on a tree outside and stand back to enjoy wildlife snacking. Another thing that I do to beat the winter blues is making really nourishing and cozy meals. This Tuscan white bean soup comes together really easily in the Instant Pot and freezes well if you want to make it ahead of time and pull it out for a quick weeknight dinner with some bread or crackers. I can link a recipe for this soup below. However, I took lots of liberties with this recipe, as I often do, so if you make this at home, feel free to adjust for what veggies you have currently in the fridge or freezer. I started this earlier in the day by making some veggie scrap broth using peelings and other discards I had been saving in my freezer. If you don't have the time or energy to make your own broth, you can always buy it, but I find that this is a simple way for me to reduce food waste by using as much as I can of produce items before I compost the leftovers. Next, I'm sauteing some onions that I had pre-chopped in the freezer, along with some carrots and celery. I'm preparing some collards by removing the stems and tearing the leaves into smaller pieces. This was a fun part of the process that my little one was excited to help with. Then we add the beans and collards and cook for a few minutes to soften. At the end, I separated half the soup so I could blend it into smooth, creamy soup, adding back in some of the chunkier pieces for texture. And we're done! I'm back out in the garden trying to finish up the tree stump cleanup. There's a lot of woody stems and branches to deal with. Even if this task may seem tedious and not so fun, I know that everything that I invest now into laying the groundwork for my garden will make it even easier and more enjoyable later on in the season when I'm out in the garden, planting, tending, and harvesting. I'm working on these bigger projects that I know can never get done in just one day. I try to always remember to just do what I can. It doesn't help to beat yourself up for not being perfect or not finishing an impossible to-do list. Investing your time into your well-being or the well-being of your family is just as important as doing all the things. And of course, getting outside, even for small moments throughout your day, can help to lift your mood on those dark winter days.
All right, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. We got a lot done today. I was hoping to be able to completely take down these remaining couple of trees around the tree stump. That's just going to have to be a continuing project. But working on that, I've got a lot of the branches taken down. I chopped them up and put them into piles that can be firewood or added into the raised beds as part of a hugelkultur mound. We tried to give the Christmas tree a little bit of new life as a birdhouse. We also added this bird feeder to our kitchen window. We were able to give a little bit of an update to our shed back there. Our shed back there with some new art on the front. And the project of the taking down the tree stump will continue. I still have a lot of time before most things can be planted outside here. My frost-free date is in the beginning of May. So I've got all of that time to tackle the tree stump, figure out how to get the raised bed set up, fill those. So lots of projects to continue. If you enjoyed today's video, I hope that you will like it and subscribe for more. We're going to be doing a lot more fun garden projects this year, and I'm excited to share my journey. If you enjoyed this video, I will link another one of my gardening videos in the end screen there for you to watch until my next upload. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!